yesterday, but it was sold out. So
I'm going to wait for the heat to die down, but yeah, I'll see it.
we saw Winchester.
How was that?
Don't see it.
I mean, what is that?
Didn't look
It's
good.
about the Winchester House, but
It's a horror
like,
movie. It's a horror movie about the Winchester House.
They made
Oh,
I
God,
thought
toured
it would be
it.
more
It's
of like a documentary, not documentary, but something related to the actual house. And it's just a setting. That's all they use the Winchester House for. And
I haven't seen, like, horror movies are in kind of a slump, honestly. Like, there hasn't been a good one in a couple years. Get Out, kind of, if you count that, but
Get Out was great. It Follows
was
great.
good, yeah. I was just talking to somebody about this, because, like, there's been a couple good horror movies in the last few years, but not a lot.
It's kind of spotty, yeah. Like, you have to, like, super duper suspend disbelief, you know?
I don't know. They're all just these, like, by-the-numbers, formulaic, like...
I think that's just a horror movie.
I found a spooky doll, and it's after you, part 2.
Doomhouse.
No, like part 5 at this point.
Yeah, right?
Doomhouse.
Annabelle, part 19.
Oh,
The
yeah, I
doll's
saw that. It
spooking the
sucked.
shit out of you still.
Spooky doll.
Did you see Lotax going on the internet trying to get people to debate him?
Dude's so funny, man.
It was like, hey, Chapo's Trap House, debate me live on the air, you cowards. It's me, Lotax, grandfather of the internet and inventor of Slenderman. I was like, God damn it.
He's so fucking weird, dude.
Oh, man. Dude, their
we're good.
thread making fun of like alt-right internet dudes is my favorite thing on the
Oh
internet.
my god, yes.
The Something Awful forums just has a whole thing where they're like clowning on like fucking Mike Cernovich and Baked Alaska and all these other dipshit right-wing fucking internet commentators.
I have no idea who these people are.
It's kind of funny to know who they are because you realize like a bunch of these like super smart guys arguing on the internet just like listen to Ben Shapiro and say whatever he says, and so you can just fucking
Right.
really head him off.
You're
at
just
the pass.
tracing it back to a different source.
Yeah. Jordan Peterson. Women have been in the workplace for 40 years and it's been a disaster. And everyone's like, wow, he's an intellectual. Fucking moron.
Welcome to Four Brewers. My name is Matt Becker, and as always, I'm joined by
John Holzer.
Jason Harris.
And Greg Nagel.
What have we got here for us today, John? You took a little trip.
Yep, went up to, the goal was to go to San Francisco. We never made it to San Francisco. We made it to Oakland, which is across the bay.
Whistle tips.
And I
The whistle goes, whoop.
got
What?
a shot of San Francisco in the vlog that I made for my trip to San Francisco, or to Oakland, I guess.
Did you go to Alcatraz?
No.
Alcatraz.
Did you see Bub Rub?
What's that?
The Rock is a
dude.
tourist attraction.
No.
Drug money being exchanged for
Bub Rub
favors
and Little Sis.
and drugs, presumably.
So before we get into that discussion, though, because we have one beer that's completely unrelated to San Francisco, and it's from Georgia, actually.
Georgia. What?
Georgia.
John, what?
Georgia.
Pray tell, what brewery would we want to have a beer from in Georgia?
Scofflaw. Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Oh, so inside beer's ball.
This is from New Realm Brewing Company. This is Mitch Steele's new brewing venture.
Yeah.
I'm
the
not sure.
guy who wrote the book on IPA
His
opened
new
a
IPA.
brewery.
And he brewed for their first beer in a can a triple IPA.
Wow.
A teapot.
Admittedly, I was stoked about this until I found out it was a triple IPA.
I think
Which is a
you're
style that
ooh.
I tend to not
I
favor.
think triple IPA is flawed as a style inherently.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is also Mitch Steele, though, so have
That's
some,
the thing,
have some
man.
faith.
That's
You're
the thing.
starting. You're
Let's say-
starting it in the minus though.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing is like you can only perceive 100 IBUs, and once you go beyond that like 10% threshold, I think the beers come out of balance.
The triple IPAs just get super boozy, and there's a point of alcohol where the
120-minute zone?
where hops can't keep up with the heat. And Pliny the Younger. I mean, like
120-minute IPA.
like check my beer privilege, but like yeah, like Pliny the Younger. It's just too fucking hot.
Give this a sniff, you guys.
Just want to say,
smells
first and
really good.
foremost, this is from John Righty, because he's friends with Mitch. Mitch used to live in Temecula.
Friend of the pod, John Reddy.
In Temecula, California.
John
and
Lefty.
so he's friends with John. So thank you, Righty. He was supposed to be here today, but he had other plans. So this is an 11.5% triple IPA made with Warrior, Citra, Mosaic, and Eldorado hops. and it pairs well with meats and cheese.
With meats and cheeses.
I mean, specifically, it says slow braised meats and salty cheeses.
Slow braised.
And Southern hospitality.
What?
'cause
Fuck yeah,
Georgia.
meats and cheeses. That's what I like.
Got this bear sandwich right here.
What is this?
It's meat and cheeses.
Meat and cheese?
Black Forest ham.
There you go.
Pairs
Okay.
well with food.
So let's smell this.
Smells fucking delicious.
Does not smell hot at all.
Doesn't smell hot at all.
Nope.
Has a little bit of that sweet nose
Yeah,
to it.
it
probably
definitely-
just from being big.
Yeah, it definitely has some of like that alcohol sweetness nose, but not in like a fusily hot kind of way.
Yeah, it doesn't have that diesel-y heat.
Yeah, lots of fruit, super duper fruity.
Very.
It also has it has a little of the alcohol, but because in that like rosy, like
Rosewater.
the rosewater thing, you know.
If you're local to Southern California, he actually did test batches of this. I think he did 3 at Refuge.
In Temecula?
In Temecula.
Oh.
So you may have already had this beer and not have known it. So
What?
it smells great, though.
You
smells-
son of a bitch.
It smells really good. The thing that I always like, besides the alcohol heat, the thing that always gets me about triple IPAs is they tend to over extract, and so you get that like vegetal sitting on the hops too long kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I find that happens in higher alcohol IPAs way more often than lower alcohol IPAs.
And-
I don't know exactly what the reaction is, but it's
One of the things I look for in anything over 10% is kind of that sugary, like they add sugar to it and to build up the ABV. And sometimes some of it pokes.
alcohol sweetness.
Yeah.
Alcohol itself is sweet, you know, and so the more alcohol you add, the sweeter something becomes, no matter what.
But you want the right alcohols.
Yeah, true. This has definitely got some heat to it.
Yeah, it's very
On the
floral. Floral papaya on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
A little mango.
A lot of tropical fruits. A lot of like
yeah.
sweet mango. Yeah,
It's good, but it's fucking hot.
yeah.
It's like it's like my mixtape. I'm spitting fire when I fucking drink it.
I think that might be the 3rd show out of the 3 shows in this session that you've used.
Let's make it 4, motherfucker.
I mean,
Who wants to bet me I can?
Who wants to bet the monk right now, motherfuckers?
I can taste the alcohol, but I don't think it's distracting enough to make it a bad beer. It's a triple IPA. You have to
Yeah.
accept it for what it is. You know?
But,
Yeah.
but if you
For-
would have
for-
ramped it down to a double, it would just be fucking amazing.
But it's their first beer, and he's the IPA guy, so why not do a triple IPA?
The IPA is a fucking IPA guy.
You know?
he's that fucking guy. Yeah, I think for of all of the triple IPAs that I've had, this is definitely one of the best. That being said, the style itself, like you said, I think it's just inherently flawed. It's good, but I don't want any more than this.
We were invited to Beechwood for their the Plenty Fights Cancer charity raffle. They do a kill the keg thing for whatever's left over at Beechwood and Seal Beach, and we were invited to that. And but at San Francisco Beer Week, they had obviously Pliny the Younger on tap, and I was told, I think from Jesse, he told me this, like, this year it's really good. I think last year it was really hot. I never had it last year, but they changed up like the hop amounts a little bit, but they're still using like super traditional hops in the beer. Jesse told me the hops, and it was just like we laughed because they're using hops anyone can get.
Cascade Centennial, yeah,
whatever it is. But apparently it's really really good this year. So
right on.
Awesome.
But again, that's a triple IPA that I think generally is really good.
I haven't had it in a really, really long time.
The last time I had it was at Killarney's, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think the last time I had it was at like the Salted Pig, but it was when Herbie was still living down here and he knew someone, and so we went and hung out and got some. But that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
So we're all, the same amount.
We've all been pretty far.
All
out
my
from
coworkers
the other.
keep asking me how to get the Pliny variants. They're like, I don't really know much
Now's the
about beer,
time.
but I hear this is the stuff.
You can find Pliny on tap all over town in Orange County right now. Just because of Pliny the Younger comes out, like a bevy of all of their other, like Blind Pig and.
But
Pliny
speaking
the
of the
Elder and-
Plenty Fights Cancer charity raffle, they raised another $10,000.
Yeah,
this year.
they're up to like $85,000
Yeah,
since
yeah.
they've done it.
So
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it was
amazing.
really fun.
Good on you, beer
It is
geeks.
interesting for as much as beer geek tastes have changed and some of the classic hype beers have become kind of ho-hum anymore. The Pliny variants have kept on trucking.
Yeah, Gabe said, he goes, yeah, our ticket sales were down this year. I'm like, oh, really? They were like 50 tickets down. That's it. Because, that came to mind. It was like with hazy IPAs and, big IPAs like triple IPAs not being the new hotness, like, will they make less money from this for charity? And they didn't. They made the same amount of money, basically.
Yeah, I was there. I was at Beechwood and Seal Beach this past week, and I think his name's Grant or Greg. I forget his name. I apologize, but he was saying that they had to cut off ticket sales at a certain point. So I don't know who to believe.
Oh wow,
him or Gabe. He's like, yeah, we sold out. They thought they did.
Yeah, that's minutia.
All right,
that they talked about that. Yeah,
don't know. Whatever.
We're not going to
cut that part
out.
So this beer, you guys.
But overall, for a first showing from New Realm, if I'm ever in Georgia, I'm gonna go by there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as soon as we go to Georgia, fucking A, we're all over it. So I also have to say that their branding is very nice.
Yep,
not a bit familiar looking.
And apparently, where they're located, it's a really cool area that's got a lot of foot traffic. It was very well planned and thought out. This wasn't a haphazard kind of thing. So
I would hope, considering the quality of their talent.
Well, yeah, and he had to move all the way to Georgia from California. So, I mean,
that's a pretty big deal.
Good stuff.
Right on.
It's a fully well-made beer. Like, everything about it is completely well executed.
The technical quality is as high as we expected.
Oh, absolutely.
It's hard to make an 11.5 IPA that doesn't come out boozy.
What about the Ruin 2 or Ruin Nation 2?
Ruin 10.
Ruin 10.
The Ruin 2?
That was like a 11% IPA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And again, that was about as good as you could get for an 11% IPA.
Absolutely.
And that's from the guy that brewed that beer.
Yep.
Exactly.
I mean, so...
Come out the gate.
Triple IPAs are very subjective. You can pick them apart or just accept them for what they are.
Which we do.
Kind of thing.
The pick them apart one.
Pick them apart.
All right, so back to my story about going up north to San Francisco. I was coming home from work on Thursday, and if you've been following me on social media, you'll know that 2017 has been a very rough year for me at work. And Thursday was basically my last day in this department that I was in. And now I'm in the service department for my company. And I saw a post from Almanac on Instagram, and it was just like they made a post. It was someone holding a beer like to the camera kind of thing, and whatever. And I thought, I should go see the brewery. Like, what's stopping me from going up there to check out his new brewery? Like, Jesse's my friend. I love their beer, and I never go up there to see him, so
it's not that far of a drive.
It's not.
It was like 6 hours, 7 hours?
6 hours.
6 hours.
So I hit up Yvonne, my girlfriend, and I go, hey, you want to go to San Francisco? And she said yes. She booked a hotel room in Bakersfield because we drove up Friday night and then slept in Bakersfield.
Good plan.
She was like, yep, and she booked everything. We brought our dog. It was cool.
Nice.
So we drove up Friday night to Bakersfield and then finished the drive to San Leandro. We stopped by 21A, their new huge brewing facility that's huge.
Beautiful.
Like, they have walls of cans separating the brew house from the tasting room, and it's just ginormous. That was cool. And then we went up to Almanac. Just to kind of wrap up that story, because I don't want to drink the Almanac beer first. Their new brewery is in an old
wooden ship from the Civil War era.
It's a Navy hangar that's also a dry storage facility. So one half of it, where Almanac is located, was a dry storage facility. And then the other side is Admiral Malting's, which was the hangar. So they had railroad tracks running through this building, and they took the railroad tracks out, and now it's all plumbing for the brewery, basically.
Cool.
I believe it's a historical building, so they can't modify it.
The facade, especially, yeah.
And I mean, Jesse said it was a temporary building. That's how the Navy classified it. So I guess it's temporary because it's made out of wood. Okay. And meant to, it's like, well, if it burns down, it burns down. We don't care.
It doesn't have 4 foot thick walls.
It's not made out of bricks.
Military spec, yeah.
But it's still there. So Yeah, it's a beautiful brewery. I mean, the tasting room is huge. The facility itself is huge. The offices are located pretty much in the brew house, and that's not set up yet, but they have all these computer stations they're building that I'm assuming they're going to put all iMacs in because Jesse's an Apple nerd. It's an awesome place. So while we were there, he recommended us going to Temescal Brewing, which is a brewery in Oakland. He said they have a very Saved by the Bell, the Max theme, and if you look at their cans,
Yeah, it does. That's super 90s diner.
and their website is also very Saved by the Bell, like the whole
Yeah, lots of wavy lines.
80s kind of thing.
Yeah, the fuck Jerry cup look.
Right.
You mean the 90s solo cup design?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 90s paper cup.
Hang on a second, my computer's acting up. What the fuck's happening? Okay. Anyway, so we went there. And
Great radio, you guys.
I'm going to cut that out. So we went to Temescal Brewing, and I was pleasantly surprised with their beers. So this first beer is a Pilsner. Everything they make is pretty much low alcohol. Their lowest beer is La Fizz, which is take on LaCroix. They're
It's a Pamplemousse sparkling ale. I've got their website up right now, and they've got an 8% double IPA, good, about as high as you want to get. They've got their IPAs are about 6.5, which is pretty, mid-low
Right.
for IPA, and then everything else is either right near 5% or right below it,
yeah.
except for a double Scotch ale with cinnamon and vanilla. $4 toast.
Dreamer Pills. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Like that song from the 80s.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it from the 80s?
No, that was the joke.
I'm like, I was alive then.
no one was alive then.
Greg,
Anyway.
didn't you see the Beatles at Shea Stadium?
Yep,
No,
he did.
never saw the Beatles.
He did. He was one of the Screaming Girls.
That's the joke. That was a story my dad told me
Oh yeah,
about.
yeah. My
seeing the
mother-in-law
Beatles
saw him live
at,
when she was a teenager.
So
wait, not Shea Stadium. My dad saw the Beatles at Candlestick Park.
Oh,
so
speaking of San Francisco,
Yeah,
not a very clear pills, clearer than the Heater Allen stuff that we had just recently, but still not really clear. Right on, I guess.
It's got like a haze to it, but like I can see my finger through the glass, but it's just kind of a general like cloudiness.
Yeah, it's almost more like a chill haze.
Yeah.
But god damn, does that smell great?
That
Oh, yeah.
smells like Fruity Pebbles.
That smells like a pills.
yeah.
Chill haze is
it's got that
the,
minty thing, which I like.
is the down tempo electronic music that I generally listen to most of the time these days.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm getting really into chill haze these days.
Chill haze.
Oh, dude, I'm keeping that one.
It's like part vaporwave, part shoegaze, just a chill haze. Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I should name a hazy IPA Chill Haze, only have it be chill, period. Haze, period.
Yes. Chill.
Haze. Little.
different.
Yellow. Different.
They don't make Newport
Chill
anymore, unfortunately.
Haze, different.
There you go. Chill haze different.
I looked it up one day, and Newport is just the same ingredients that are in some regular ass shit you can get everywhere else.
Yeah, it's probably like
Marketing.
Yeah. I think it had caffeine in it or something.
Anyway, so while
Wait, they still
I
have
was... Oh,
they still have a website.
still talking about Nuprin?
yeah, it's ibuprofen.
Yeah,
That was
Nuprin's
Advil.
still a thing? You can buy Nuprin?
apparently.
I don't know.
Effective pain relief, fast. Yeah, they got a website
Oh.
about Nuprin. Is it little yellow and different? It's still little and yellow.
Discontinued pain reliever soon to be. I think it's just ibuprofen and caffeine or some shit.
Oh,
No, it's just
that's
ibuprofen.
Excedrin. Excedrin has caffeine in it.
Excedrin migraine has caffeine in it.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's a vasoconstrictor. Yeah.
I like my vasos to be constricted.
Want to constrict that vaso. You know what I'm saying? So this beer from Temescal is really great.
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect going to the brewery, and I was pleasantly surprised.
What was the actual brewery itself like?
They have like one kind of like cutout room. I don't know what it's there for or what the building was before they put a brewery in it, but there's like a table and that room kind of looks like the max. But outside of that, it's a regular brewery. They have an outdoor area. They have like pink and blue lights up.
Do you have a server that like pretends they're on a date with you, but they're also on a date with somebody else, and they like keep like making excuses like, "Oh, I have to go to the bathroom," and then you see them sit at a table like across the max? Nice.
That wasn't specific at all.
That's a Saved by the Bell joke, you fuck.
You can also buy a hoodie at Temescal for $50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking why?
I posted on Instagram about them. That was my comment. Temescal, where you can buy a $50 hoodie because I like buying hoodies. I'm like, I'm not going to pay $50 for a fucking hoodie.
What's the going rate for a hoodie?
Yeah, what's a hoodie price?
$35?
Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
All right. All right.
So
For like a branded type hoodie, I paid $80 for a hoodie.
This
one time.
Pilsner, comparatively, since we had one a little bit earlier today, it's a little bit. There's less hop bite to this one. It's very. It's more malt forward. There's not a big hop character here.
It kind of feels under-bittered. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
Like for a
German
Pilsner,
style?
I think I want a little bit more
Yeah, it's more German style, I think.
oomph out of the bitterness.
Although
A
I
little
was
more
wrong
oom-pop-pop
earlier.
band.
I think it's more on the fruity side of Pilsner. Like
Yeah.
whatever hops they used in this.
I'm getting some mint out of it.
Yeah, I'm still getting a noble something, but it's also pretty fruity too. What's the name of it again?
It's Dreamer Pills.
All my life.
So I discovered this.
drinking pills all day.
Oh my god! There's this Twitter handle called BeerBot, and it's like a
Oh yeah.
it's a bot that just
Does
throws out
random reviews. Nonsensical reviews,
Yes.
yeah.
Scary faint clarity, perfumey complex Brett, unique apricot with some lively lemon savoriness.
We just gotta read a beer bot on every episode.
That sounds legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are opulent buttered toast with a little whispering. So good. Oh my god, rough fig as well as a puny wheat body. Oh my god. Big busty raisin.
That's a beer name.
That's my fucking rap name.
That's a Doppelbock name or something.
Yeah, right.
Yo, big busty raisin coming at you.
I want to point out that Temescal puts really very little information at all about their beer anywhere. Their website is very stripped down.
Yeah.
Their
website's literally one page.
Yeah, it's a single page scroll a little bit, which I don't mind, honestly, but it would be nice to have a little bit more information about this beer.
Yeah.
I have
think
no
a lot
idea
of-
what kind of hops are in this. I assume there's Pilsner malt.
You know what I think a lot of breweries do is they order the artwork. They get the artwork and they order it, and it maybe takes a few weeks to get there, and then they brew the beer after they make the label. And because these, I assume these are one-offs, or maybe that's the regular Pilsner that they put out all the time. But it looks like a special can release, right?
No, I think it's regular.
Okay,
I mean, because their other can is similar, except for the artwork.
I'm
it's
trying to
just
make
different
excuses
colors.
for them, but
I mean,
because I know like Offshoot does that. That's why they.
Well, yeah, I think this is different. I think
Concept
this, as far as I can tell, is like a regular beer, but it's just very light on the info.
The one over here that is on deck has like the start of a fantastical fairy tale on the side of the can.
Oh yeah,
It's like find your way through the dark. Or
find your way through the fog to a wonder unknown, dark-hued, light-bodied, sweet, toasty, and dry. Secrets abound as you sip through the layers. Ingredients. Here you go, Matt. You ready? Yeast, water, hops, malt.
yeah. The Dreamer Pills. The Dreamer Pills says, "Close your eyes and grab a can. Drink up to grassy fields and lazy sun. Refreshing visions await." That's it. That's all it fucking says. That's all it says.
All right. No ingredients?
They hired
Oh yeah. Yeast, water, hops, malt. Yeah,
Okay.
same thing.
They hired an aspiring poet as a fucking copywriter.
Yeah, it's like way to write some copy, fucking Emerson.
So this is Through the Fog, which is their Scotch ale, which is
Scotch ale.
like 4.5%.
So
I
it's
think.
like the 60
No,
shilling.
this one's a little bit stronger. This one's 5.3.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought about the lower one.
It's like a
You're
50
right.
shilling? 60
5.3.
shilling? Oh.
I mean,
I know the
5.3
shilling
is still
things.
pretty low.
I mean, typically
Yeah,
it's like 6.5, 6 for a Scotch ale.
No, there's different grades of. There's Scottish ale. There's like Scottish, like what is it, like 40 shilling, 60 shilling, and 80 shilling, which
Is it
are all
wee
like
heavy?
different strengths.
Yeah, the export.
and then Scotch ale, aka wee heavy, is the strong one.
Okay.
So think of this more as like a amber ale, more or less, only like maltier.
You guys ever look at Scottish Twitter?
No.
They write in their accent,
Oh
and
God,
it's weird,
that sounds weird.
but awesome. Yeah. There's a subreddit called Scottish People Twitter, and you can just follow
Oh,
people
I'm doing
being
it right
Scottish
now.
as fuck.
I am doing it right now.
I thought it was interesting that they canned a Scotch ale. Like, of all the things to can that people would buy in cans, a Scotch ale? But
I feel like
really,
what's
really
old is
good,
new
though.
again. It's the classics are edgy because nobody makes them anymore.
Yeah.
True.
This has
Try-
some smoked mallet on it. You get
Not
any
a
smoky?
lot, though. Like,
It's really earthy and kind of herbal. Like a Ricola in a glass almost.
this is a refreshing Scotch ale for me. Like, I thoroughly enjoy drinking this beer. It's
That's
easy
a pub
to
beer
drink.
for sure.
I should drink some.
I get some smokiness on the finish.
I
Or
don't.
maybe it's just like the roast malt.
I get a lot of roasty caramel kind of thing.
There's a little bit of
roasty caramel is my favorite
There's a little
Atlanta
bit
stripper.
of a smoky aftertaste right at the end. Yeah, but not too bad. I like it. I still drink it.
I drank it.
Okay. This is from Seamus De Bruyne. Lad at the Kilmarnock game today shouted to Chris Boyd, "I shagged your missus." Boyd shouts back, "Who's his name?" Scottish football for you. Laughy face, laughy face.
That's Scottish People Twitter, man. It's great. Anybody, Fort Brewers officially recommends Scottish People Twitter.
Train spotting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a weird
Choose
dream.
life.
If you follow my Facebook at all, I had a weird dream that I couldn't think of. I total brain fart. I couldn't think of any Scottish women. Like, do they exist? And I woke up and I was like, do they?
Karen Gillan from Doctor Who and new Jumanji
See,
movie.
Very
Yeah.
Scottish.
Yeah.
But there's not many, like, you don't hear about them.
Roz from Frasier.
There's 3.
Isn't that one chick that just married a princess or prince?
Sorry, right
I
here.
don't know.
Check it out.
That's
I
4.
don't trust the dentist when they got. Sorry, I don't trust the dentist when they start talking in code about your teeth to their wee pal. You got something to say? Say it to my face, prick.
Say, Matt, you're really good at that because I need subtitles for you right now. I don't know what you just said.
Something about a dentist?
I don't trust the dentist when they start talking in code about your teeth to their wee pal. You got for the record, they spelled something Suhin, Suhin.
Suhin.
You got something to say to me? Say it to my face, prick.
They type in the accent and it's great.
Amazing. What are we drinking, guys? I don't know.
It's a Scotch ale.
Oh,
We
that,
need
yeah.
one more Scottish People Twitter while we're drinking Scotch ale.
I'll see if I can find a good one.
And a beer bottle
I
review.
don't think anyone's going to match the dentist.
The thing about Train Spotting 1, I've watched it. It's one of my favorite movies. I've watched it so many times, I kind of know it by heart. But Train Spotting 2, I have to watch with subtitles because
Yeah.
Can't understand
Begbie
anything.
is like even deeper
Yeah.
in the Scottish rabbit hole. It's like he's intentionally.
I haven't watched it. Is it worth a watch?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Okay, you want one that's just not going to make sense
Put the
at all?
subtitles on though because it's bad.
I'm pretty good at understanding accents, actually.
I dare you.
All right.
I
All right,
fucking
huh.
dare you, dude.
You guys, okay.
You fucking what, mate?
So, calling a dressing gown a housecoat is like calling slippers a golf shoe. Absolutely not a thing.
Seriously, I feel good when I hear Scottish people talk.
What does that mean?
Train Spotting makes me so happy. I love that movie so much. When you're talking like that, I'm like, yeah.
I'm just doing Ewan McGregor. That's all I'm doing.
I should move to Scotland. A shite
Sean
hole.
Connery.
Talking to his wee mate.
His remake. God damn.
This one's so good, you guys.
I'll take anal bump cover.
Anal bump cover.
Just have one episode where we all pick an accent. Matt's Scottish.
Seriously, you're really good at Scottish.
Yeah,
like you
that's a
could
tough
move
one
to
to pull off.
Scotland.
I got to master.
All you have to do is say we.
I got to master a New Zealand accent. It's like my favorite accent.
go.
It's so fun.
You got to get all those little subtleties that's like differentiate it from Australian.
Have you guys seen Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Nah.
There's a character in it that's like just straight New Zealand accent. He's like, "Oh, you sound like Doug. I'm gonna call you New Doug." He's great.
Honestly, fucking Rhys Darby showing up in Jumanji was one of my favorite parts of that movie. It was great.
Man. I heard that movie's great.
It was great. That movie was great as long as it was like The Rock and everyone else in the game. Like the bookends with the actual kids was terrible because the kids were terrible. But the actual like famous people were hilarious. Totally worth the price.
It's crazy
of admission.
how The Rock is like. I respect him as an actor.
He's the biggest movie star in the world.
He's a great
right
actor,
now.
man.
That guy works. He puts out like 3 blockbusters a year.
That's the thing, man.
His HBO show Ballers is really good too.
And he does a show between 3 blockbusters a year.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. He is like the ultimate dude who saw the golden egg, grasped onto it, and is now just working it as much as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Gotta hand it to him, man.
Yep.
Work ethic.
Do it.
So yeah, Scottish Twitter. That's amazing.
The best thing to come out of this show was Scottish
Nice.
Twitter. Speaking of
through your
Scottish
wee head.
Twitter, we're going to drink a beer from Almanac, who's made by someone who's not Scottish. And I don't know what Damien is. Maybe Damien's Scottish. I don't know. This is Fooder Punch.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, you dirty wee skid mark?
I drink a lot of scotch.
I just love
Oh, we have
talking to his
Almanac
wee
Scotch too. Should we? No. I mean, it kind of fits in.
It's not scotch.
The problem with Scotland is it's full of Scots.
Craig,
That's from
can I have
Braveheart.
the bottle opener over there?
The king says that, I think, before he throws a dude out a window.
Catch.
Told my gran she needs to write an invite list for her 80th party. Aye, that's fine, son. I've got the list for my 70th through here. Just cross off the ones that are dead. That's just a great joke. That's just a really fucking funny joke.
Oh, man.
I love Scott.
Scottish people with Twitter.
Scott, everything. Scotch. Get in my belly.
Scott Ian from
Down.
Anthrax.
Michael Scott from
Michael
The Office.
Scott from The Office.
Scott Windsor.
Scott Windsor is the amazing
Windsor.
individual.
Scott Weiland? Oh.
Oh.
Sorry.
Rip in peace, bro.
Adam Scott. He's funny.
So this beer is Fooder Punch. Sour blonde ale aged in oak fooders with raspberries, blueberries, and cherries.
Yep.
Oh, coming
we
out here
already
with a
read
beer. Fooder punch.
Fooder Punch! Dick Punch!
Quick left. Fooder punch. It's Irish now. Fooder punch.
So when I was at Almanac, they had through two or three brand new fooders. Last week they got 6 more. Yeah. And then they also have like those really tall fooders that came from a winery.
Ooh.
One of which was a Chardonnay fooder.
Cool.
And he opened the manway. I wanted to move into that fooder. It smelled so good. I was like,
I'm sure.
dude, it was just, it was amazing.
Wood cellars always are like,
The first beer that they brewed on their new system was a hazy IPA called Welcome to Alameda, and I believe they just canned it, or they canned something else. I can't remember. Really good. It was solid.
They just count tap room something, right? New cans are like tap room, something about a tap room.
Yeah, you might be right. I think it's a different beer, but that was the first beer off their system that they had on tap, and it was really good. So, like I said, though, the brewery is it's a beautiful brewery. The rafters in that place, like it's just this old, like aged wood. It just feels comfortable.
Smells like
being
rich
there.
mahogany.
Cool.
They have an outdoor area where you can bring your dog. They have a Dogs of Almanac Instagram account that Betty's on. My dog.
sweet. Yeah.
Anyway,
Leather-bound books.
I did not buy this beer at Almanac. I bought this at La Bodega.
Cool.
We rate dogs. 13 out of 10. They're good boys, Brunt.
We like, good boy.
It smells amazing. It smells like fruit punch.
Ooh, it smells so bright and tart, like raspberry pie.
Yeah, it smells like the brightest of fruits.
And I don't mean the electronic device.
Smells like computers.
Wow.
Whoa.
That first sip was like
Yeah. Wow.
palate cleansing, I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take
Wow.
a second sip
Take a
because
second sip because you have to brace yourself for it.
Also, raspberry, blueberry, and cherry are all flavors that are hard to rein in.
Yeah.
And do well, I think. Raspberry can be kind of overwhelming. Cherry, just 9 times out of 10, cherry doesn't work. So, but I like how they're working out in this beer. I think they took on a bucking bronco of berry flavors and made them work out pretty well.
Yeah, I think the idea here was if you blend them all together, then it comes off as just fruity.
it's fruit punch.
It's berryish.
What does fruit punch taste like? It doesn't taste like one specific fruit.
Yeah.
It's just punch.
It's
you
like
know?
fruit.
Hawaiian punch.
New tap room smell.
There you go.
But that was the IPA that they just gave. Which looks delicious. God damn, I love the new graphics.
They had
They're
pallets
so
upon
good.
pallets of cans. They're using a mobile canner that I think it's the same canning system that Beechwood bought. So
Oh, the goose, something wild goose.
Yeah.
Wild goose, I think.
I think that's what it was because we talked about Beechwood.
Because wild gooses couldn't can me away.
Freebird!
That was good.
It was
you
good.
Fuckers.
I have a lighter lit.
You can carry a tune.
I'll do the whole rest of the track now. All right, guys, quiet please. And
And go.
I don't remember.
I'll play the
any of that.
cowbell.
I don't remember.
Hey,
Hey, whoa,
There's no
inappropriate
haze.
ringing of the bell.
Come on, respect the bell.
Matt's like beep. 10 yards. Inappropriate ringing of bell. It'll be first down. Flag on the play.
Anyway, good stuff. I mean,
I keep going through like these. I'm still going through Scottish Twitter, and I like
oh my god.
a lot of. I can't read a lot of these. I don't want to
You got to read one of them now.
because they're some of these get real misogynistic.
You think?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, really.
Whoa, you
Yeesh.
think?
I don't know.
Respect.
All right, we want to wrap this one up while we look
Sorry.
at we can look
Yeah.
at Scottish
All right,
Twitter.
sorry, my bad. I'm super absorbed into this. This sucks. Okay.
So in the weeds with David Pumpkins.
Matt, you're such like a laser kitty. You're,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This beer's fantastic.
very fruit punchy. And tart.
Wow. Almanac just pretty consistently makes good fruited sour beer to the point where you're like, well, another good fruited sour from Almanac. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
they make it look easy.
They've got a
do.
ton of barrels that are
make it
just
so-
empty and waiting for stuff. I saw Franny there.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I was like shooting stuff with
Friend of the show.
my DJI Spark, and like I caught her in a shot, and I saw her through my phone through the drone.
And you're like, oh, shiny.
It was weird, but yeah, it was cool.
Right on. Right on. Well, I hope you enjoyed your trip.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Check out the vlog.
Yeah, I made a vlog. You guys should
You
watch
vlogged
it.
about it. Right on.
I'll add it to my watch later.
It's pretty good.
If you want to find Four Brewers online, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. You can find all the information on fourbrewers.com. Go to fourbrewers.com/live if you want to hang out with us while we're taping the show. Go to fourbrewers.com/YouTube if you want to see all of our ooey gooey video content, including the blog that we've been talking about, the vlog.
Vlog.
The vlog.
The vlog. Go to patreon.com/fourbrewers if you want to donate to the show. That helps us out. Also, if you want to help us out, you could go to your favorite podcast client or Apple Podcasts or iTunes and give us a rating, because a 5-star rating, because that helps people discover the show. What am I missing? Is that it? No, if you want to get in touch with us directly, hit us up at feedback@fourbrewers.com. Brew the shit out of it.
You want to touch a Zutch directly.
I think this half-hour format's working out quite well.
I agree.
It's so
Yeah.
zippy.
Yeah, it's way easier to stay like kind of lively and engaged, and
It doesn't feel like we're doing less of a show.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
It feels.
it
Like
doesn't
a
feel
regular-
like we're skimping on
It
content.
feels like a regular show.
Yeah.
It's just not a marathon show, you know?
Yeah, 12 beers. I think we had one. We're like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's like we don't have to rush to the next beer. Like we can
Yeah.
just kind of
Hang out. Yeah. It's kind of chill.